We go to, US, Canada, etc. You get 200% of commissions back, and legal, as approved by the regulator itself. So these are the new times, these are the new ways around. Having said that, if we go in past and see why these products were sold in India, because there was a need for embedded advice. The advice was not existing in India. So at that point of time, if a customer could have got a bundled product in which investment was linked to insurance, it was ideal because the advisory was not as well developed. With new advisors coming up, future is looking very bright, and if advisor is good, and if advisory is good, then obviously term plan and investment should be separate.
Related question, please. Related. Okay. Is there an insurance company in the world who's selling only term? Will that company survive?
I actually don't claim to know any such company which is there, but I'm sure if there are others in the audience who can share this perspective. And sorry.
So up to you. Yeah. So if you really look at, I think the challenge lies in the valuation of insurance business. It's using the embedded value concept, which is current value of current premium and current value of future premium. Now they don't distinguish between premiums. Whether it's an endowment, ULIP, or a term. And for term, every 1 rupee of premium means more reserves to be put in.
Yes.
So if you will sell term, you need more capital to get that valuation. If you don't sell term, on a lower capital, you get higher valuation.
No, but there is a small problem over here. There is one company which is selling term at premium X. New company comes up, it starts selling premium X upon 2. 10 years later, there is a 10th company which comes up and starts selling the same cover for X upon 10. Whose valuation is correct? The mortality table is the same for the whole of the country, isn't it? As far as Indians are concerned.
So my understanding is that domain is of insurance company, which product they want to push more, and they price it accordingly. So it's a product strategy of a company rather than anything else.
Thank you, sir. We'll come to the...
This is Sandeep Chandalia from Crown Group. I'm a chartered accountant. I agree with what Siddharth said some time back, that why stockbrokers have sort of evolved themselves into sort of financial advisors and then wealth advisors and all. And that's been an experience from 95 onwards for me also and for a lot of people here. I just want to understand that the last 4-5 years I've seen there's a lot of client that we have lost than what we have added. We have tried to change models, we have tried to reinvent, but whether you see in mutual fund side, on insurance side, people are not happy with the returns, or they are not happy. They say that all the three things are not there. The liquidity, the interest that they should have earned, and the capital appreciation. So they don't see in each product such 3-4 things that they want to show us. So going ahead, what does the industry see? What are the innovative products that could come in, which could address these issues? And see that wealth advisors actually are able to sell those products to our clients, who are able to advise those products, and those are made available. Yeah, one he talked about, what Sumit talked about, is having combo plans and all that stuff. But it becomes difficult because you don't have a centralized back office. You need to talk to a couple of houses to run around those products. Then there are third-party products. You have those Nifty link products, system-based products, debentures which come from real estate companies. So there's huge plethora of products. How do you go about? Because some are unregulated, some are regulated. There's an issue with the advisory. Can you just focus on this model? How do you go about?
Okay, so I guess the question is around, there's a lot of products, but there's still a fair amount of room. So what new products do we see? So if I can start with Siddharth, I'll come to Rajiv in a moment.
Last 3-4 year experience, why we are losing client, I think discussed in the earlier panel also. I would say we have to be blamed for that, a little bit of mis-selling. And that mis-selling, of course, it is there in every business. And but it has been regulator has stepped in, come out with many regulations. So one side there are a set of regulations, one side there is a mis-selling, business is going down. But this is a cycle, and in this cycle, right now we're in a phase of consolidation. In that consolidation, if I am offering 4 products and he's offering 2 products, I have to have that kind of either a tie-up, wherein I cannot say you go to him. I will say you have to go through me to buy that product. If I can offer that service under one umbrella, under my name, because my customer are loyal to myself, if any of product which is available, and if I can't offer that product under my umbrella, I think I'll be losing that client. So that is how I see going forward the consolidation will take place and a business will evolve out of that.
Rajiv, any thoughts from you?
Yeah, I think just to answer your point specifically, probably, you did mention that you're losing clients over the last 3 years and not adding clients. I have a different perspective on this. I think, I don't know about you particularly, but I think most agents focus, in a very limited sphere in terms of adding clients. I mean, you have your set of existing clients and you deal with them and sell insurance policies to them. But I'm not sure whether even today in most markets we operate, we've been able to reach out to clients who probably are not aware, there are investment avenues. I mean, other than probably products which have a lot of awareness, particularly on an insurance side, I even stay in a building today where many of them don't even know that there are good insurance plans available, So it's a question of how do I, segment my reach, within the areas I operate and reach out to as many people as possible. And secondly, focusing only on, very wealthy clients is not necessarily the best strategy as well, because sometimes you see that the wealthiest clients are the most demanding and you have the lowest margins there, So there is a segment called mass affluent, which is waiting to be tapped, and they need good advice. They need constant engagement, and not an advisor who goes and says, sign here and, you will get double the amount. They need constant engagement, constant advice, and responsiveness in terms to the needs as they serve the, tenure for a policy.
Thank you, Rajiv. And with that, I know that there's a lot of questions, but if I can request, I will request our panelists to stay. Okay. I don't know if we have time, Vyas, but
We can have a last, I guess.
okay. So if I can request, in case we are not able to address your question, I'll request some of our panelists to just stay back for some more time, and we can maybe take it, on a one-on-one basis. We will. Yeah. Sorry.
Brokerage rates have fallen to less than 10%, to 1/10 of what they used to be. Insurance products, if you do an online product, it is much cheaper than going through an agent. If I talk about it collectively as a wealth advisor, a certified planner or what, is it that our pie is continuously going to shrink and we have to fight with these competing online products, falling brokerages, and depend on educating new people outside the metros to get business, or is there something more?
Yes, Sumit, I think since, this is something we discussed earlier.
Sure. Interesting question, sir. There are two ways to look at it. One way is to look at it as a challenge. The other way to look at it is efficiency of the system. And most of the times, as time progresses, systems become more efficient, and in efficiency, cost has to go down for the end consumer. And if it has to go for end consumer, it's good for all of us, because eventually it's good for end consumer. I think that's the ethos which is making this whole industry pretty interesting. The second bit which I like to articulate is, usually in past we have seen ourselves to be product focused or segment focused. The era is coming where it has to be one-stop shop. So I'll tell you freedom experience. We write financial plans, we charge 15,000 rupees for that. We execute everything, right from mutual fund, life insurance, general insurance, loans, CIBIL, to tax filings, and even we have lawyers who write wills. We charge 5,000 rupees for writing a will. Our experience of revenue per plan, first year, is 36,000 average. Next year, it comes down to 18,000. Third year, it goes up to 20,000. Now, imagine if this client, we are able to keep him happy and engaged with us for next 5 years. The enterprise value per client will be humongous. I think the era is coming towards that. In order to do that, you need to use technology, and you need to be very, very focused on user experience, because he's the king.
Okay, so on that high note of earning 36,000 rupees per customer for the first year, I think I'd really like to thank the panel and thank all of you for your undivided attention, as well as some of the very interesting questions we faced. And thanks AFM and Vyas for having us here. It was a great pleasure and honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, panelists. Now we will be presenting the mementos to our respective dignitaries here. I will ask Mr. Deepak Jain to present the memento to Mr. Vishal Kapoor.